Breaking news. BTS's Jungkook and aespa's Winter confirmed not dating. The internet moves fast, but sometimes the truth moves even faster. Just moments ago, a headline exploded across social media timelines, fan forums, and K-pop news feeds around the world. For words instantly changed the entire narrative, confirmed not dating. For weeks, speculation had grown louder, theories more elaborate, and emotions more intense. Fans analyzed every gesture, every accessory, every coincidence. And then, suddenly, the story took a sharp turn to the center of it all were two of the biggest names in K-pop today. BTS's Jungkook, a global pop icon whose every move makes headlines, and aespa's Winter, one of the most influential fourth-generation idols, admired for her talent, visuals, and quiet charisma. Together, their names alone were enough to spark one of the most talked-about rumors of the year. But now, with this breaking update, everything people thought they knew is being reevaluated. To understand why this news matters so much, we need to rewind to where it all began. It started quietly, almost harmlessly. A few posts here, a few screenshots there. Fans noticed similarities, small details that, on their own, meant nothing. But online, nothing ever exists in isolation. A ring spotted in one photo, a familiar location mentioned in another. Then came side-by-side comparisons, slow-motion edits, and long threads dissecting timelines down to the minute. What began as curiosity quickly transformed into conviction for some, outrage for others, and confusion for many more. The rumor spread across platforms like wildfire. TikTok videos reached millions of views overnight. Hashtags trended globally. Fan communities split into camps, those convinced there was something real, and those desperately asking for restraint and respect. Through it all, Jungkook remained silent. Winter remained silent. Their agencies offered no immediate clarification. And in the absence of facts, imagination filled the gap. This silence, for many, felt deafening. As days turned into weeks, the narrative became heavier. What should have been light speculation slowly crossed into invasive territory. Private lives were treated like public property. Every new appearance became evidence. Every schedule overlap fueled more theories. Some fans expressed excitement, others disappointment, and some genuine concern about how far things were going. The line between interest and intrusion blurred. Then, right when it felt like the rumor had become unstoppable, the story reached a turning point. Behind the scenes, the pressure was mounting, not just from fans, but from the consequences of unchecked speculation. Conversations shifted. Instead of asking, "Are they dating?" people began asking, "Why are we doing this?" The focus moved from curiosity to accountability. And that's when the twist came. Not dramatic, not explosive, but firm and final. The rumor was not true. No secret relationship. No hidden romance. No behind-the-scenes love story waiting to be revealed. Jungkook and Winter are confirmed not to be dating. This moment didn't arrive with a flashy announcement or a sensational reveal. Instead, it came as a grounding reminder of something often forgotten in fan culture. Idols are real people, and not every coincidence carries meaning. Sometimes a ring is just a ring. Sometimes silence is simply privacy, not confirmation. For many fans, this confirmation brought relief. Relief that speculation could finally end. Relief that boundaries were being reestablished. Relief that two artists could continue their careers without being tied to a narrative they never chose. For others, it sparked reflection on how quickly assumptions turn into truth online and how easily fandom energy can spiral out of control. But this story isn't just about denying a rumor. It's about how rumors are born in the digital age and how powerful they can become. Jungkook and Winter didn't do anything differently. They simply existed, worked hard, and lived their lives. Yet the world projected a story onto them, one compelling enough to overshadow facts. There's something fascinating about that. In an era where fans crave closeness and connection, the smallest details feel personal. The desire to know more, to feel included, is natural. But this moment forces a pause, a reminder that admiration doesn't grant ownership and curiosity shouldn't override respect. Interestingly, the confirmation itself has reignited conversations, this time healthier ones. Fans are now revisiting the original evidence with clearer eyes, realizing how fragile those assumptions were. What once felt convincing now feels like a lesson in perspective. And perhaps that's the most powerful part of this entire saga. Jungkook continues to redefine global pop stardom, breaking records and shaping culture beyond borders. Winter continues to rise as a defining face of her generation, commanding stages and winning hearts with her talent. Their paths may cross in the same industry, but that doesn't mean they intersect romantically. And that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's normal. As the noise settles, one thing becomes clear. This breaking news isn't the end of a story. It's the end of a misunderstanding. And sometimes, that's just as important as fans, viewers, and supporters of K-pop. This is a moment to breathe, reflect, and reset. To celebrate music, artistry, and individuality, without forcing narratives that don't exist. Because the real stories worth following are the ones these artists choose to tell through their work. If you found this breakdown insightful and want to stay updated with clear, respectful, and trustworthy K-pop news, stories that go deeper than rumors and focus on real context, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. The next headline is always just around the corner, and we'll be here to break it down with clarity, balance, and respect.